welcome to historic Henneford Field in Loris, South Carolina for tonight's HTC High School Football Game of the Week. And this may be the most anticipated game of the week all season long, as we have the number 1 ranked and undefeated Dillon Wildcats visiting the Lions Den to take on the number 2 ranked and undefeated Loris Lions here tonight. I'm Alan Smothers along with the Lucky Dog Television Productions crew, bringing you tonight's broadcast, and it is one that everyone has been looking forward to for 9 weeks. Each team has taken care of business through the first few weeks of the region, and this week the Loris Lions off a win over Mullins last Friday night, 36-0, and the Dillon Wildcats off a win over Marion, 56-7, come in at 8-0. And what can you say about this matchup? It's been one that everyone looks forward to every year, except maybe Jamie Snyder, whose team has lost 9 in a row to this Dillon team that is the defending State 2A champions. Of course, they have won 2 straight state championships, have the longest winning streak in the state, and 4 of the last 6 years they've won the 2A classification. But as I heard our friend Glenn Hardy on the WLSC game broadcast a little while ago say when Jackie Hayes got here in 1992 to Dillon High School, the team had won 1 game each of the previous 3 seasons before he took over the Dillon Wildcats, and he was a great coach before he won a state championship. He had taken the team to numerous region championships and could not get over the hump until 5 or 6 years ago, and he has won 4 of the last 6 state championships. And Jackie Hayes has brought his team here tonight to Loris, and we will tell you all about tonight's matchup between the Lions and the Wildcats. They like to call themselves the Nasty Cats, and it's going to get very nasty here tonight at the Lions Den, and we'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff for you when we come back on the HTC High School Game of the Week.
My grandson's turning 5, but I haven't planned a party in years, so I'm using the HTC Yellow Pages. I suggest a magician. He insists on a dinosaur. I imagine cake. He wants an ice cream truck. I'm thinking games. He says bounce house. While I can't pull off a real dinosaur, I found great options in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Clayleen Gore at 444-0851 to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
21 years ago, I started this business out of the back of an old Chevy van. It's been a lot of long days, late nights, good times and bad, but through it all, what keeps me going has been the people we're helping. From burst water pipes to a grease fire, the truth is the best part of my job is helping folks put their lives back together after tragedy strikes. Neighbors helping neighbors, to me, that's really what FSA is all about.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go Mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Follies Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
Back at historic Henneford Field in Loris as the Lions are set to host the number 1 ranked and defending state champion Dillon Wildcats tonight. And it's a game that they look forward to, and then again, maybe they don't. Last year, both teams came in. Dillon was undefeated at the time. Loris had just 1 loss, but not in region. This game seems to be for the region championship each year, Region 8 2A. But Dillon has won 9 in a row, including last year's 44-0 win here, or actually in Dillon at Memorial Stadium. But tables have turned a little bit this year. The Loris Lions are now the team that is shutting people out. They have shut 6 of their 8 opponents out, and they have allowed only 23 points total all year long, which comes out to be 2.875 points per game. So less than a field goal per game is Adrian Grady's defense for the Loris Lions giving up. But Dillon, with their All-American quarterback Avery McCall, he's only a junior, but everybody in the country has offered this young man a scholarship, and he has got some talented wide receivers around him and 2 running backs, basically, that will swap out every other play, Jamison Chapman and Johnny Allen. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Dillon Wildcats. On offense first, they'll start with McCall at quarterback, a 6'1", 195-pound junior, and the tailback. They will either start Jamison or make that Chapman or Allen tonight because Coach Hayes said it will depend on the situation. But Chapman is the designated starter tonight at 5'9", 174 pounds and a junior. The wide receivers are C.J. Souls, Christian Jordan, Deshaun Davis, and Arion Hayes. And Arion Hayes is a great one. Everybody wants this young man to play for them at the college level as well. The offensive line is Adonis Seeley at left tackle. Left guard is Aaron Park. The center is Andre Hamilton. The right guard, Harley Mincy. And the right tackle is Malcolm Blue. The defense for the Dillon Wildcats, running a 4-3 defense, looks like this. Up front, it'll be Malcolm Bowie. And the numbers of these young men are not imposing. Just the biggest player is at defensive tackle at 239 pounds. It's a sophomore in J.T. Melton. He's 6'1", 239, but he doesn't seem to be overly imposing on the defensive line. 6'1", 215, sophomore Jermaine McDaniel. Malcolm Bowie is 6'1", 258, and Zarian Hayes is 6'1", 195. But the thing that you'll notice on this defense, only 3 seniors start on the 11-man defensive unit. So this Nasty Cats defense is going to be good for a long time. The linebackers are Deshaun Davis, Trey Melton, and Zach Wilson. The corners are Daiwan Smith, Randall Davis, and the safeties are Omar McCollum and Quidarius Bethay. Looking at the offense for the homestanding Loris Lions tonight, at quarterback, he is one that we have grown to like a whole lot, Tajay Williams. Tajay is a 6'1", 180-pound junior. The running backs are Stacy Dozier and Levi Moody. I like to call them Thunder and Lightning. Moody is the Thunder, and Dozier is the Lightning. And at split end, it's Marquel Bellamy. The tight end is Junior Long, and the wide receiver is Desmond Dozier. And Junior Long might as well be another wide receiver. He has scored a ton of touchdowns on both sides of the football this year. We have seen him run back a fumble for touchdowns each of our 3 broadcasts this year. The front 5 are Darius Jackson, Adrian Patrick, Reed Hilburn, Darius Wright, and Devlin Gaskin from left to right as the Lions are about set to take the field. The fans are getting fired up, ready for this matchup between the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state. On the defensive side of the ball for the Lions, the front four, again, a 4-3 defense for Adrian Grady. It's 85 Junior Long, a 6'2", 210-pound senior. Jordan Hemingway, he bottles up the inside at 5'11", 285. And Darius Jackson at 6'4", 240. Heath Reeves is 5'11", 220, and he's the little guy on the defensive line. The linebackers are Stacy Dozier, Levi Moody, and Quizell Wheeler. Wheeler is a senior, as is Dozier and Moody, but they are fast. Little lightning bugs out there. And Marquell Bellamy is one corner. The other is Hakeem Jackson. The safeties are Chiraldrick Williams and Desmond Dozier, and they make tons of tackles as well. And we'll see a lot of Brian Ayala tonight. The kicker for the Lions, he will do it from just about everywhere. And for the Wildcats, their kicker is Drew Covington, but we may not see him a whole lot tonight as the captains are meeting at midfield to determine who will get the football first in tonight's matchup. But I tell you what, I have been looking forward to this one all week long, as have the Lions fans, and you can tell the Wildcats, they've packed the other side. Their fans have made the trip over from Dillon County to see their number 1 ranked and defending state champion Dillon Wildcats try to take down the Loris Lions for the 10th consecutive time. When we come back, we'll tell you who has the football first. We'll put the football on the tee, put toe to leather, and get tonight's football game underway here from Henneford Field in Loris, South Carolina. It's the Lions and the Wildcats on your HTC High School Game of the Week.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go Mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Pawleys Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I practice primarily family law. In family law, it's really important not only to understand the background and the law behind the case, but also to listen to your client and to understand their goals, their expectations, so you can work together to come to a really great resolution of the case.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
The Lions fans come to their feet and get ready to welcome the home team here tonight to take on the number 1 ranked and region rival Dillon Wildcats. It's the HTC High School Football Game of the Week. And my friend Ian Guerin from the Sun News is in the booth with me tonight. And in his preview of the game in today's Sun News, he talked about Levi Moody as being the player to watch. Well, Moody has been he's toted the mail more than anybody else on the offensive side of the ball over the past couple of years. He came in with over 1,100 yards in his career. But this year, he's kind of taken a back seat on the offensive side, but been the go-to guy on the defensive side of the ball, and he's had plenty of help with Junior Long, Stacy Dozier, Chiraldrick Williams, and this Lions team defensively has been unstoppable. And I'm going to tell you what, it's the classic battle, and I think I've used this term before this year, but tonight it applies. This is the irresistible force of the Dillon offense versus the immovable object of the Loris defense, and we have got ourselves quite a battle here this evening. Elsewhere along the Grand Strand tonight, we'll be taking a look on the HTC scoreboard throughout the evening at Latta versus Carvers Bay in Georgetown County this evening. Creek Bridge is looking for their second win, while Green Sea Floyd's is looking for their very first win on the year, and I think that the Trojans are going to get it at home tonight in Green Sea. Timberland is at Andrews, or as I was told this morning, it's Timberland. They like the emphasis on the first syllable, or as the president used to say, the emphasis on the first syllable. Timberland at Andrews tonight. Waccamaw is at Marion, another game in this conference, as is Mullins at Aner, and those games are big for playoff spots out of this region. And St. James is on the road at North Myrtle Beach tonight. That should be a good one, just down the road a piece from Loris here at North Myrtle Beach's stadium. Myrtle Beach is at Georgetown tonight at Tommy Smith Stadium. Sumter takes on Carolina Forest in 4A. West Florence is at Socastee, and Conway is at South Florence. After that wild comeback by South Florence, they were down 42-10 last week and came all the way back to win 55-49, and they have taken the lead in that region. 2 wins against no losses. Everybody else is basically 1-1, and we are underway as Dillon kicks it away to Loris, and Geraldrick Williams is going to come down with it at about the 15-yard line and brings it across the 25 to the 27, and that's where the Lions will start. 1st and 10 with the football here on the opening drive. I'm Alan Smothers, along with the Lucky Dog Television Productions crew. My cameraman upstairs, Jack Murphy, Nick Townsend, Rafael Rivera. Downstairs, we got Robbie Biscoff, Natalie Adams, and the director, Donald Smith. And we're set for the first down from scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 27 for Loris. Taking time, getting the play call from the sideline. Tajay Williams brings Dozier up to his left. And now the running backs run into each other. Desmond and Stacy, the 2 Doziers, run into one another in the backfield. That is not the way to start tonight, helping out the Dillon Wildcats, tackling your own player. A loss of about 3 on the play, back to the 24. So it'll be 2nd down and 13. So again, a single back shotgun for Loris. Twins to the right, twins to the left. And they're going to hand it to Dozier this time, and the football's on the field. And I believe Tajay Williams got back on it. But boy, the Lions, an inauspicious start to this one. Running backs clang into one another in the backfield, and then a fumble on the second play from scrimmage, and they lose 5 more. Back to the 18. So it's 3rd and 20. Boy, the Lions could not have even envisioned such a traumatic start. And Tajay Williams is going to have to tuck it and run, as he was going to throw the bubble screen to the wide side of the field, but the Wildcat defenders had come up and flushed that out. And he gains about 2 out to the 20, but not nearly enough, and they're going to have to punt on 3 and out, first possession. Tough way to start for the Lions. They get the football first and proceed to back up. Here's a great kick off of the rugby-style punt. It's a spiraling blast off the foot of Marquel Bellamy. And Arion Hayes returns the football out to the midfield stripe, actually into Loris territory at the 49-yard line. So a nice return of about 13 yards by the Wildcats. And they're going to have the football 1st and 10 at the Loris 48. Avery McCall, Jamison Chapman to his left in the backfield. And they pass it out, bubble screen. Nice defense by the Lions, but he's still on his feet. First man to hit him was Stacy Dozier. And then Geraldrick Williams came in and finished him off with help from Levi Moody. So no gain on the play, maybe a half-yard pickup, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. That's what the Loris defense is going to have to do, keep them in this ball game. C.J. Souls and Krishan Jordan out wide to the left. He's looking that way. Fire. Pass is caught. And a big pickup for Quidarius Bethea. Bethea turns the corner on the left and heads down the far sideline for a huge gain inside the Loris red zone, close to the 15-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. As quarterback Avery McCall threw a strike to Bethea, and they'll run in Daniel Hamilton if they need a tight end. Hayes, Souls, Jordan, Bethea, Reeves. He's got a cornucopia of wide receivers to throw to. Close to 9.5 to play in the first quarter. Loris went 3 and out on their first possession. Now Dillon takes it over in Lions territory, and they're marching. 1st and 10 at the 16, and a stoppage before the snap. And we had a problem with the score clock the last time we were here, and they're saying that there's a malfunction again. So don't, I would say, disregard the time on the clock. We're around the 9-minute mark. Now the officials are going to come talk to the coaches, telling them they're going to have to keep the time on the field. And I'm assuming the play clock will be the same, 25 seconds, and that'll be detected by the back judge. It's 1st and 10 at the 16 of Loris. And they go discuss it with Jackie Hayes now after telling Jamie Schneider the situation on the field. So they have turned the clock off. Had that same problem when we were here a couple of weeks ago. But it was late in that game, and it was raining. So you can kind of understand. But here early in this one, we haven't played 4 minutes yet, and it's already malfunctioned. Either way, Dillon has it with a one-back shotgun. Chapman is to the right, and now he sprints out to the right. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, 4 of them to the right side, and passes high, intended for Arion Hayes. Actually, that was Randall Davis, the intended receiver, and he's a big one. Davis is, they list him at 5'10", but he goes about 6 foot, 6'1". Again, empty backfield. Twins to the left, 3 to the right. Quick out to the right. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but he picks up about 6 inside the 10. Going to be 2nd and a long 3. Now they've turned the clock back on. I don't know if that means it's working now or not. 3rd down and 3. I think I said 2nd and 3 a moment ago, but it's 3rd and 3. Lions would do well to hold Dillon to a field goal attempt, or this may be 4-down territory for Jackie Hayes. Now Jamie Schneider is going to come out on the field and talk to the referee. Avery McCall, the All-American junior quarterback, has 5 wide receivers. 3 right, 2 left to the short side. And now they're going to look and send Chapman back in the backfield. 1 back shotgun. Chapman to the right of McCall. They're going to hand it to him, and he takes it right up the middle, close to a first down. I believe he has it. He does, to the 5. So it's going to be 1st and goal, Dillon. That was a smart check down by Coach Hayes right there to run the football. All they needed was 3. Now he brings in a wide receiver late. 1 up back. They go with a wildcat, and the quarterback, I believe it was Deshaun Davis. Deshaun Davis is hitting the backfield in the wildcat formation and flung down hard after a loss of 3. 2nd and goal from the 5. Actually, they're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 5, and now they bring McCall back in the ball game and go empty set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Rolling left, looking. He's going to try to run it in himself. Did he get it across? Yes. He reaches the football across the goal line for the touchdown as he runs out of bounds. Avery McCall, a 5-yard TD. I'm a little nervous and sane with 7:56 to play in the first quarter because we've had the malfunctioning game clock early. But it is 6-0, and they're going to go for the extra point. On the hold is Austin Moody. And Drew Covington with a low snap gets the kick up. Looks good. It is 7-0. And the number 1 ranked team in the state takes their first possession and goes 48 yards for the touchdown to lead it 7-0. We'll take a look at the HTC scoreboard early here in just a moment as I update my score sheet. Dillon 5-yard touchdown run by quarterback Avery McCall. Both Clemson and South Carolina have offered him early before his sophomore year. And the Wildcats are going to tee it up for the second time and kick it from left to right. Approaching Covington. High and deep, right down the middle of the field. Geraldrick Williams again about the 8-yard line. Out to the 20. He's got a hole. 30, 35, and got caught from behind. When he made that little cut to the left, it allowed Zach Wilson to catch up and knock him off his pins, but not before a huge return. About a 35-yard return out to the 42-yard line. Now the officials are going to talk with the head coaches again. You hear the public address announcer warning the fans in attendance not to be blowing whistles. That could cause players to glitch up and cause injury. 3 receivers to the right, bubble screen. Caught by Dozier, and Dozier shakes and bakes, but can't get much on the right boundary. About 2 yards on the pickup, so we'll call it 2nd and 8. And the clock is rolling now, so it appears they have corrected the problem. Inside 7.5 to go. Single back shotgun, out of the pistol actually. Tajay Williams gives it right up the middle to Stacy Dozier. And Stacy carries for 6. It'll be 3rd and 2. Let's call it 3rd and 3. As he slid forward to the 48. They placed the football back around the 47. So 3rd and 3 for Loris. Would be a huge first down right here. As Junior Long goes wide to the right. 3 receivers to the left. Read option and pulled down in the backfield is Tajay Williams. Nice job by Jermaine McDaniel. The sophomore defensive tackle stops him short. Actually a 1-yard loss on the play, so it'll be 4th down and 3. Ball right at the 47-yard line. And here's the low snap. And the kick end over end this time by Marquel Bellamy, and it's going to roll. Take a huge Loris roll inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So Dillon not with as a pleasurable start as last time. Let's take a look, if we can, at the HTC scoreboard as we get an update from WPDE TV 15. Sumter leads Carolina Forest 7-0. St. James has taken a touchdown lead on North Myrtle Beach. Ainer has done the same at Mullins, but it's 8-0 there. And those are the only scores we have reported at this point. We've got a couple over in the PD we'll tell you about after this play. McCall gives it up the middle to Chapman. Chapman carries for, boy, bigger gain than I thought, out to the 20. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4. 6-yard pickup. Jordan Hemingway on the stop for Loris. They split Randall Davis wide to the right and send twin receivers to the left. Single back shotgun. Hand to the running back Johnny Allen this time. Flags come in. And last week we had pink flags. This week we've got yellow flags. Still have a few players sporting their pink socks and armbands, though, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wait and see what the indication is. Chop block against Dillon. That's a big one. That's half the distance of the goal. Back to the 10. So it's going to be 2nd down 15. Empty set. Quarterback draw. McCall. Man, what a great tackle by Heath Reeves. Reeves was being blocked. He reached out with one hand and grabbed a hold of the jersey of McCall and hung on for dear life and pulled him down. Great job by Reeves. He was being blocked and still made the tackle with one hand. 4-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 11. 3 receivers wide to the left, make that to the right, and 1 to the left. Big hit in the open field, and then finishing it up was Stacy Dozier. Nice job on the open field tackle by Mac McLeod of Loris, 5'7" junior. McLeod made the first hit, and then Stacy Dozier came in and finished off the play, and that'll force Dillon to punt. On their second possession, Loris has punted twice. Desmond Dozier back to receive the kick for Loris, and it's an end-over-end kick. Desmond is going to let it bounce. You got to catch that. You got to catch that. Saves at least 5 yards right there if he catches it out around the 45, but it rolls to the 41. Every coach will tell the punt returners, even if you don't get a return out of it, at least catch it. And it cost them 5 right there. 1st and 10 for Loris at the 41-yard line. Tajay Williams comes back out, trailing 7-0. The defense has given up twice its average already tonight for Loris. But we've got a full house backfield. Pair of receivers to either side, or a pair of running backs to either side of Tajay Williams, and a deep tailback. And it's Geraldrick Williams who gets the call. It gains just a yard. 2nd and 9. Clock is stopped with 4:02 for some reason. Now they'll restart it. That was an official timeout. They're going to go with the same alignment. Running backs to either side of Tajay Williams. Send Desmond Dozier wide to the left. And the deep back is Levi Moody. Read option. Pitch. Desmond, make it Stacy Dozier. Dozier turns the corner. Slid through just a sliver of daylight. And picks up about 9. He's going to be about a half yard short. Let's call it a full yard short, with the nose of the football touching the 50-yard line. 3rd down and 1. Desmond Dozier is going to split wide to the right. Same formation. Full house backfield. Tajay Williams trying to draw Dillon offside, and they just about flinched, but stayed onside. Junior Long is wide to the left. Dillon is pressing up on the receivers. Read option, and the quarterback goes down in the backfield. Tajay Williams. faked the pitch and tried to cut it up inside, and his feet slipped, and he was hit about the same time, so it's going to be 4th and 2 back at the 49. They're going to bring on Marquel Bellamy to kick again. Dillon sends 2 receivers back, Arion Hayes and Daiwan Smith. And the ball goes right at Smith, and he lets it bounce, and it takes a Dillon roll this time. It checks up like a wedge shot. Bounces back to the 25, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Dillon, up 7-0. They're going to mark the football at the 24, so Dillon 1st and 10 from their own 24. One-back shotgun. Pair of receivers each side. They're going to go left this time, and a nice tackle in the open field by Marquel Bellamy, but the catch was made by Arion Hayes. Arion, a 5-yard pickup, and Arion is a big-time wide receiver recruit. He's been offered by a bunch of ACC and SEC teams. He's on the left this time. They're going to give it to the running back, Jamison Chapman, and Chapman is hit in the backfield, thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle was made by Stacy Dozier. It was about a 1, maybe 2-yard pickup. We'll call it 3rd and 3 at the 31-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, empty backfield, but it doesn't matter as they draw Junior Long offside. It's going to be a 1st down for Dillon. Hard count by Avery McCall. Takes it to the 36. 1st and 10, Wildcats. Empty backfield. McCall looks left, fires that way, caught. And a 10-yard pickup. Catch was made by C.J. Souls. Going to be right on the stick, and they give him the 1st down. So 10-yard pickup inside a minute to play in the 1st quarter. 3 receivers to the wide side right, 2 to the short side left. McCall. And this is kind of a unconventional offense for Jackie Hayes. There's a quarterback draw, straight draw, and now he's got the corner turned down the sideline, trying to shake and bake his way past a couple of defenders, but huge gain by Avery McCall. Inside the Loris red zone again. That was the designed quarterback draw. Marquel Bellamy saved the touchdown. It's 1st and 10 at the 12. And they draw Loris offside again. As McCall barks, and Loris is anxious. And I said on my radio show this morning, if you look at Dillon's roster, it doesn't look that imposing, size-wise, and the fact that they're mainly underclassmen, as is the quarterback throwing to his running back out of the backfield. A little wheel route is enough for the touchdown. 6-yard touchdown pass from Avery McCall to Jamison Chapman. Just a curl out of the backfield by the running back, Chapman. And he has enough in the left corner of the end zone, almost the same type of play that McCall scored the first touchdown on, right at the pylon on the goal line. With 7 seconds left in the quarter, the PAT is at it, splits the pipes, and it is 14-0 in the first quarter. This is half the points that Loris has given up all season. They've given up in 12 minutes right here tonight. But as I said, Dillon's roster, their offensive line averages about 260 pounds, which, I guess at a high school level's, fairly impressive. They're only a 2A school, obviously, but Avery McCall's a junior. Chapman and Allen are a junior and sophomore, respectively. The wide receivers, a couple of juniors and a couple of seniors. Arion Hayes is the go-to guy, but as I said, if you look at it on paper, Dillon is not an imposing opponent, but when they get on the field, boy, they are heck on wheels. There's a high again. This one's a shorter kick, and it's going to be received by Miles Waddell. Waddell looking for some running room. No, I take that back. That was Hakeem Jackson. Hakeem Jackson on the return, and he brought it from right to left across the field. And a nice return out to the 37, 38-yard line. That ends the first quarter, and we'll come back with the second 12 minutes with Dillon on top, 14-0 over the Loris Lions. Number 1 versus number 2 on the HTC Game of the Week.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
When disaster strikes your home or business, I'm the first step in getting your life back.
I am your first responder. I'm here to begin cleanup.
My job is to estimate the cost of putting your home or business back together.
As a project manager, I guarantee the job will be done right and on time.
And as an owner, when disaster strikes, I promise FSA will be with you every step of the way.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
14-0 here at Henneford Field in Loris. And Ian Guerin just showed me an interesting score from Tommy Smith Stadium down in Georgetown. The Bulldogs lead the Myrtle Beach Seahawks right now 13-7 as quarterback Tajay Williams has the ball raked out of his hands, and it's recovered by Dillon. He was trying to switch the football, as you're taught to do, from your inside arm to the outside arm, and when they did, the Dillon defender reached in at the perfect time and pulled the ball right out of there, and the Wildcats are going to take it over after the first turnover of the ball game at the Loris 43-yard line. Up 14-0. Penalties and turnovers. Those will kill you every time. Empty backfield set, going for it all. Arion Hayes, touchdown. 43-yard touchdown pass from All-American to All-American. Avery McCall to Arion Hayes. Well, you knew it was coming sooner or later. We're going to try for the home run ball. And on the first play from scrimmage in the second quarter by Dillon, they put 6 more on the board. Extra point by Drew Covington. Right down Broadway. Arion Hayes, I've told you, everybody loves this kid. And that one he had to wait on. But he had his defender beat by 3 or 4 steps. And once the pass was caught, the defender had to dive to try to make the tackle, and was just too far gone. And it's 21-0. Loris has only given up 23 points all year total in 8 games previous to this, and in 12 minutes and 18 seconds, they've given up 21 to the number 1 ranked team in the state. That's why this team is the 2-time defending state champions. And as my co-host this morning said that Avery McCall and Jamison Chapman and Johnny Allen and a lot of these Dillon Wildcats who are underclassmen, they've never not won the state championship. They don't know what it's like not to win a state title. And they're well on their way to a three-peat. High short kick. It's going to be caught and brought back by Stacy Dozier. Dozier. Decent return, great field position to start for Loris, but they've not been able to do anything with it. They'll start at the 40-yard line again. And as we glance at the HTC scoreboard one more time. Surprising score, as I said, in Georgetown, 13-7. Georgetown over Myrtle Beach. St. James up on North Myrtle Beach, 7-0. Let's see. Sumter leading Carolina Forest now 14-0. And Desmond Dozier is cut down, trying to turn the corner by Omar McCollum. Mullins and Ainer are tied up at 8 now. And Wilson leads Lake City 6-0. We'll get to some more of that in a bit. Right now it's second down and call it a long 10. With 3 receivers to the left, man in motion to the right. And he may have turned upfield too quickly. No flag, but an incomplete pass intended for Marquel Bellamy. Bellamy took his eye off of it before the football got there, and it falls incomplete. So third down 10. Loris is, I hate to say it, but they have been their own worst enemy. Penalties on defense, drop passes, fumble. They fumbled twice. They lost the second one. Fortunately, on the second play from scrimmage, quarterback Tajay Williams was able to fall on a pass, and here's a pass right down the middle. Could have been intercepted by McCollum, but Tajay Williams' arm was hit just as he released the football. I think the receiver was staying on the outside right boundary, and McCall wanted him to go on the post to the middle of the field. So Marquel Bellamy in to kick again. This will be his 4th punt tonight. And now he's going to take off and run with it. He's got a shot at it. First down, Loris. That's a 25-yard pickup for Marquel Bellamy. He must have seen something on the wide side of the field, and he didn't hesitate. Fake punt, but he's a good offensive player. As soon as he caught that deep snap, he took off. He didn't even feign a kick. So Bellamy picks up the first down and a little life for the Loris faithful. 10:30 to play in the first half. 21-0. Dillon on top. But a 2-setback shotgun. Give it to Stacy Dozier. Or was that Moody? No, it was Dozier. Dozier is bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Now it's a single back shotgun with a pair of receivers both ways. Again, Dillon pressing up on the receivers, and now the defensive end, Zarion Hayes. We have an Arion and a Zarion. Well, Zarion this time is the guilty party, and it's going to be 2nd and 5. Or make it 2nd and 4, because he picked up 1 on first down. 2nd and 4 for Loris. That'll help the cause at the 31. Bubble screen. Pass out to Desmond Dozier. Picks up a block. Trying to get away. Slides out of 1 tackle, but the Wildcat hangs on for dear life. Omar McCollum pulls him down, but not before a Lions first down. Nasty Cats on their heels a little bit right now. 9:32 on the rolling clock. Tajay Williams calls out the play to his receivers. Junior Long relays it to Demetrius Hemingway, who's the wide out to the right. Marquel Bellamy and Desmond Dozier to the left, but they give it to Stacy Dozier in the backfield, and a big play by defensive tackle Malcolm Bowie. Bowie, the 6'1", 258-pound junior, was in the backfield before the ball was handed off. Three receivers split wide to the right this time. In the slot, Hemingway and Dozier. Hemingway in motion to the left. He takes off. In the slot, down the middle. He's got a man open. Caught. Desmond Dozier. I believe it's enough for a first down. They needed to get to around the 15. Yes, inside the 15 to the 13. 1st and 10, Loris on a completed pass to Desmond Dozier. Dozier not big as a hiccup, 5'7", 160, but makes that catch. Three receivers left, one right. That's Junior Long. Look for the fade to Long right here. No, they give it to Stacy Dozier. He's got a hole on the left. Dozier inside the 10 to the 5. He's right at the first down stick. A 10-yard pickup. They say it's enough. 10-yard pickup. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. They're actually inside the 5 at about the 3. They hand off to Levi Moody. No, it's Tajay Williams. Takes it himself for the touchdown. Tajay Williams. 3-yard run for the touchdown. With 7:46 to play in the first half. That was a good fake by Williams because I thought he had handed off. And Tajay fooled the Wildcat defense too. And Brian Ayala, as flags are dropped before the snap, and it's offside on Dillon. Great fake of the handoff by Tajay Williams, and it freed him for a 3-yard touchdown. And here's Ayala's extra point attempt. He kicks it hard and deep and right down the pipe. 21-7. So Loris is on the board. Their faithful have got a little energy again. And a chance for the Lions defense to step up. And they have done that all year long. I'll bet you when they go in at halftime, Coach Snyder won't have to say a word to the defense. They will be embarrassed enough, and they'll come back out ready for bear. Or better yet, loaded for Wildcat. 7:46 to play first half. And everybody likes Sandstorm. Loris fans up and bouncing along to the beat. And here's Ayala with a little squib kick down the middle of the field, and Dillon has to just fall on it. I don't think they expected that right away. But Quidarius Bethea falls on it to keep possession for the Wildcats. And our Carolina Live scoreboard not updating very quick. Sumter a 14-0 lead on Carolina Forest. I'll look at the Sun News scoreboard in just a moment. Here's a Avery pass out to Arion Hayes on the right sideline, and Arion maybe a yard. Markwell Bellamy on the tackle. 2nd and 9. As McCall splits 3 receivers to the left, the wide side of the field. And Arion Hayes to the short side right. Single back shotgun with Johnny Allen next to McCall. And they're going to go to Hayes. I told you, he is their money man. He's the money receiver, and he makes good on this catch. 15, 16-yard pickup and a first down for Dillon, right to the dividing stripe. Nose of the football cuts the field in half. 21-7. Just about midway through the second quarter. Quarterback keeper, Avery McCall, runs out of bounds. He faked to give the dive up the middle and went on the end around and picks up a first down, about a 12, 13-yard gain to the Loris 36. Johnny Allen to the right of Avery McCall. And Loris wants a timeout. Now they're pointing towards Dillon, but I think it was Loris that called the timeout. It is. They're going to change that. That was a Loris timeout. So, if we have a chance to get a full update on this, it's been pretty reliable this year. But so far, we're not getting full updates. Okay, now we've got an update. Myrtle Beach is jumped back in front of Georgetown, 14-13. Hartsville all over Lakewood early, 14-0 second quarter. No score at Socastee between West Florence and the Braves in the second quarter. Sumter all over Carolina Forest now, 21-7 second quarter. St. James leads North Myrtle Beach 7-0 into the first. Darlington and Marlboro County are even at 7 in the second. Aner on top of Mullins now, 14-8 in the second quarter. Wilson leads Lake City 13-6. Waccamaw over Marion 14-13 in the second. Lakeview leads Hemingway 8-0 in the first. And Lamar leads Great Falls 13-6 in the second. It's 1st and 10 for Dillon at the Loris 36. Cheraw leads North Central 21-0. One Skeeza score. Florence Christian over Dillon Christian 21-6. That's a surprise. All right, here's 1st and 10. They give to Johnny Allen. Off tackle right. Allen picks up maybe 2. Levi Moody making the stop. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Ball inside the 35 at the 34. 3 receivers left, 1 right. And Hayes cuts across the middle of the field. Here's a heavy rush. Flushes McCall. He's going deep. Receiver got his feet tangled up with the defender. That is inadvertent contact and no flag on the play. Good no call by the official right there. They just tangled their feet as Desmond Dozier was step for step with Quadarius Bethea. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. This would be a big stop for the Loris defense. Even though Covington has shown a strong leg, I think a 52-yarder might be out of his range. All right, single back shotgun. 3 receivers to the short side right, and he's looking that way. Fires to a wide open Johnny Allen out of the backfield. Allen is tattooed as he spins back in, but I think he stepped out of bounds. On the wheel route, They're going to say Allen stayed inbounds, and he got no, they did step out of bounds. I thought he did. I thought he stepped out short of the line, the first down line as well. And in no man's land, Dillon's going to go for it on 4th and 3. 4th and 3 with 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Empty backfield. Arian Hayes is money receivers to the right. Johnny Allen in the slot that way. Quidarius Bethea is in the slot to the left. Wide out is Krishan Jordan. He's looking for Jordan, and Jordan dropped it. Actually, that was C.J. Souls who dropped it. Souls was trying to turn upfield and run before he caught the pass, and it cost his team possession. That would have been a first down, but an incomplete pass turns the ball over to the Loris Lions with 5:59 to play in the second quarter. So a break for the home team, trying to break a 12-game losing streak to these Dillon Wildcats. It's been 9 losses in a row since Dillon came back down to 2A, but it's 12 total in a row. And now Loris with Tajay Williams, single back shotgun, brings Hemingway in motion to the left. A fire across, and he had Junior Long, and it was a little bit behind him. Junior Long would have had first down if he would have been able to draw that one in. Tight coverage by the Dillon Wildcats, too. They're going to have Hemingway, Desmond Dozier, and Marquel Bellamy all out to the right, and Junior Long to the left. Trying to draw Dillon offside. Nothing doing this time. So they reset the play as the wave rolls by. High snap. Quarterback going to be dragged down in the backfield. Sacked by Zarion Hayes. Well, these Wildcat defenders seem to be in the backfield before the play even develops. That's a 9-yard sack. So it's going to be 3rd and 19. Huge play. Even if they don't get it all, just to get outside of their red zone area. Give Marquel Bellamy some more area to kick. 2 backs in the backfield with Tajay, and it's a busted play, and Tajay's going to go down with another sack. A busted play cost them more yardage, and it's going to pin Marquel Bellamy back on his goal line to punt it out. Tough series right there for the Lions after getting a gift from Dillon. Bellamy's going to stand right about his 2-yard line. Low snap. He almost dropped it, but he gets a beauty away. That's about a 55-yard kick in the air. Marquel Bellamy with a booming punt from his own 2-yard line all the way to the Dillon 42. Call it the 41. What a kick. And he almost dropped it on the snap. So 1st and 10 Dillon, 21-7 lead, and less than 4.5 to go when they snap it. First half from Henneford Field in Loris. Here's a play-action pass caught by Arian Hayes, and he's going to pick up 9 to the 50. Tell you what, the ball is laid on the 50-yard line, and the nose of the football has touched the 50-yard line more times in this game tonight than you normally see in 3 or 4 games. It's right dead on the stripe. 4 minutes to play with 4 receivers out to the right. Empty backfield. Looking that way, firing, caught, but it's dropped. Second straight drop by Dillon. Krishan Jordan. C.J. Souls dropped an easy one as he tried to take off with it before securing the catch, and Jordan did the same right there. 3rd down and 1. Right at the 50. Quarterback draw. Or quarterback sneak. More to the point. And Avery McCall picks up about 4. And enough for the first down. 1st and 10 at the Loris 47. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield with McCall. He shoots it out into the right boundary. Pass is caught and wrestled down. Mac McLeod made the catch, or made the tackle on Dyshawn Davis, who made the catch. Davis picks up 7. 2nd down and 3. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Man in motion now. That was Chapman, but the bubble screen to Arion Hayes as he slipped inside a couple of Loris defenders and picks up the first down. 10-yard gain to the 34. Inside 3 minutes to go. First half. Receivers spread from sideline to sideline, and they're going to go for it all. And it is caught by Arion Hayes for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Arion laid out for that one, a 34-yard touchdown pass from Avery McCall to Arion Hayes. The 2nd long touchdown pitch and catch by Dillon tonight. Drew Covington set to add the PAT. Avery McCall is starting to get dialed in. This kick may be wide right. Nope, it sneaks inside the right upright. But Arion Hayes, he's the guy. 34-yarder this time, a 43-yarder last time. 28-7. And Hayes is not the biggest guy in the world, 6'1", 198. Pretty good size for a wide receiver. But he's got great hands and runs a solid route, which the coaches like. He knows his position very well. All right, before the kickoff, we'll update our HTC scoreboard one more time. Keep an eye on that St. James North Myrtle Beach game. I think that one may go right down to the wire. It's 7-0 St. James right now. Still an early score. South Florence leading Conway 17-0. And here's a short kick to Stacy Dozier, and Dozier is caught up to in a hurry. Georgetown now back in front of Myrtle Beach, 19-14. So Bradley Adams' team. Bradley grew up right here in Loris. He is a Loris native, coaching the Georgetown Bulldogs, and his team leading the number 1 ranked 3A team in the state right now. Mullins leads Aner now, 15-14 in this region. Take a look at some more in a moment. Single back shotgun. No step drop, and Marquel Bellamy tried to run with it before he caught it. That affliction seems to be going around tonight. Sumter is all over Carolina Forest, 28-7. Trying to keep an eye on that Socastee West Florence score. And it's still no score in the second quarter there. I'll tell you about that one at halftime. 2:30 to go, first half. 28-7. Pass almost intercepted by Trey Melton. He got a hand on it and batted it down. Was intended for Junior Long. Long has been the go-to receiver for Tajay Williams this season, but Dillon is giving him a little extra attention tonight. Got Hemingway split wide left. Junior in the slot. Desmond in the slot to the near side with Markwell Bellamy. They fake the throw and hand off to the running back, Hakeem Jackson. And Jackson, that was kind of a bifurcated Statue of Liberty play. But it brings up another Markwell Bellamy punt. My math is correct. I believe this is his 6th punt tonight, and it's going to hit Loris Lyon and take a roll forward, but they're going to mark it back to where the ball hit Timothy Bell. Ball hit on Bell's shoulder right around the 40-yard line, so that's where they're going to give Dillon the possession. With 1:41 to work with, and you know how quickly this nasty cat offense can score. That's more than enough for Avery McCall. Dillon clicking on all cylinders now. Loris just can't get its motor started. And here's another designed quarterback draw. And that could be construed an offensive face mask by quarterback McCall as he put his hand up to the face mask of Markwell Bellamy and knocked his helmet off. They're going to say Bellamy has to exit for a play. Now, at the college level, when an offensive player forces the defensive player's helmet off like that, they do not have to take a play off, but Markwell will have to sit out one play on 2nd down and 2. Pass out, caught. 1st down and lots more for Dillon. Deshaun Davis. Davis makes the catch and picks up about 25. Told you. Wildcat offense can score in a gnat's eyelash. 28-7 and a timeout to Dillon. So they're going to milk this clock as I look at the scoreboard again. HTC scoreboard. HTC, this is life. Connect with it. I want to thank all of our sponsors as usual. Besides HTC, Sparks Toyota, Johnny Gardner Law, as well as South Atlantic Bank. Good folks at the Ian Guerin tells me it's 21-19 now as Myrtle Beach scores. And Sumter's up, but Carolina Forest has just scored to make it 28-14. Also, the FSA Fire and Water Restoration. Remembering that right off the top of my head, because I don't have a monitor tonight, and I did not get my sponsor sheet, but I want to thank all of them for helping us out. So Myrtle Beach seesawing back and forth with Georgetown, and still no score at Socastee. And Avery McCall's looking for another deep ball. He makes the catch in the middle of the field to C.J. Souls. Souls this time secures it before he turns upfield. It's inside the Lions' red zone. 1st and 10, Dillon. Another catch across the middle. And Loris is trying to pull it out as they stand the receiver up. Second time out by Dillon. They'll have one remaining. They lead it 28-7. Trying to add some more before intermission. South Florence over Conway, 17-0. See Hartsville leading Lakewood now 21-7. Halftime at Socastee, and there's no score between the Braves and the Knights of West Florence. And since we have a moment, I'll tell you about halftime at Socastee tonight. The second class of the Socastee Athletic Hall of Fame is being inducted tonight at halftime of that Socastee West Florence game, and I was at the reception earlier this evening for my good friend and longtime cohort on the bench at Socastee High School, Dan D'Antoni, is being inducted into the Socastee Athletic Hall of Fame tonight, as is one of the greatest high school girls basketball players in the history of the game, Beth Hunt. They are the two most, I think, important sports figures at Socastee High School throughout its existence, if I can get that out, as Avery McCall running for his life now, looking to get rid of it. Finally, he'll tuck it and run. He finds a lane to the end zone and sticks it in the shack. That was a Fran Tarkington-style scramble right there. I'm showing my age. Most people watching this broadcast tonight will not even remember who Fran Tarkington is. That's right. Ian said that was 20 years before the internet. Yeah, Fran was quite the scrambler. He wasn't a runner, but he was a scrambler with the Minnesota Vikings years ago. Here's the kick up, and good again. Perfect on the night by Drew Covington. What was the distance on that run, Ian? 12 yards? 12 yards on the run, as I was talking about the Socastee Hall of Fame. The other two members going in tonight, second class of the Socastee Hall of Fame, Fred Kroll, who was assistant principal for many years, was athletic director, was basketball coach, and he coined the phrase, once a Brave, always a Brave, and that phrase has been stolen by many schools through the years, but that was Fred Kroll's first catchphrase some 25, well, probably more like 40 years ago. And finally, Cortland Freeman, the 6'10 center that played at Georgetown University and now works for the State Department. He is in international security for the Secretary of State and the like. So Cortland Freeman back tonight with Beth Hunt, Dan D'Antoni, and Fred Kroll going into that. And Teraldrick Williams trying to break away from a host of Dillon Wildcats, but broke one tackle, couldn't get away from the second, and gets close to the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10 Loris right at the 30-yard line. So Avery McCall has thrown 2 touchdown passes tonight and ran for 2 touchdowns. So 12-yard run, 4:57 to play. In the first, that can't be 4:50. There's 45 seconds. I was going to say 4:57. No, there's 45 seconds to play in the first half. And Loris just trying to get something started before halftime, and Tajay Williams takes a beating on the near sideline. (35-7), and I think Loris is just going to let the clock, well, they do have to snap it one more time, but nothing dramatic will happen here, I'm sure. They'll just probably have another quarterback draw. Do anything dangerous with 7 seconds left. They will have to snap it. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Quarterback draw, Tajay Williams, and boy, he again pays for it. Gets pushed out of bounds by Zach Wilson for Dillon. And that's going to run the first half. 35-7 as Avery McCall was clicking on all 8 cylinders in the first half and puts 35 points on the board with 2 touchdown passes and 2 touchdown runs by the quarterback, the all-everything junior quarterback for the Dillon Wildcats. The number 1 ranked team in the state leads the number 2 ranked team in the state right now 35-7 as we take time out here at halftime. We'll come back and we'll talk a little more high school football around the Grand Strand. You're watching the HTC High School Football Game of the Week.
HTC high-speed internet is fast for my family. And that's good because with 4 of us online at one time, we can't afford to slow down. HTC is a plan that keeps our home connection up to speed. And faster speeds make it even easier to connect to family, friends, business, and entertainment on our tablets, laptops, and smartphones. And that's how HTC connects my home with the things that mean the most.
HTC Tech Connect. Affordable computer repair in the Conway office. Call 369-8990 today.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
It's here. The grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I practice primarily family law. In family law, it's really important not only to understand the background and the law behind the case, but also to listen to your client and to understand their goals, their expectations, so you can work together to come to a really great resolution of the case.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Dwayne Brown to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
Growing up in Myrtle Beach, I've seen a lot. I've seen the city grow and the tourist with it. I've seen fun days and I've seen sad days. But the best days I've seen are when our community comes together and helps a neighbor in need. At FSA, we're proud to serve our community. From fire damage to storm and water damage, we've built our business on being there when a neighbor needs us the most.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
South Atlantic Bank is well known for its friendly, attentive service. But did you know that it has the technologically advanced products usually found only at much larger banks? That's right. From our Go mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank offers the products you want with a superior level of service that makes banking a pleasure. Visit us today at any of our 4 locations. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Well, it's basically business as usual for the Dillon Wildcats in the first half as they put up 35 points on this outstanding Loris defense. That is more points than they've given up all year long to all 8 opponents coming into tonight's game combined. They've given up 23 points tonight. It's 35-7. Let's tell you how it got there. Avery McCall has been terrific all night long. I'll give you his individual stats in just a moment, but he opened the ball game about 5 minutes in with 7:50, actually about 4 minutes in, 7 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first quarter. He took it in from 5 yards out to make it 7-0 as they took the ball at the Loris 48-yard line on their first possession and marched it right on into the house. And then Dillon scored just before the first quarter came to an end on a 6-yard touchdown pass on a wheel route out of the backfield to their running back, Jamison Chapman. And then Dillon scored on a long pass to their top receiver, Arion Hayes, with 11:42 to play in the second quarter. 43 yards. They tried the bomb on their first attempt and they connected. Arion Hayes, 43-yard touchdown, made it 21-0. But then Loris stopped the bleeding momentarily as they had their longest drive of the night with 7:46 to play in the first half. Tajay Williams made a great fake to give on the dive and then kept it himself and found a hole on the right side of the offensive line and took it in from 3 yards out to make it 21-7. But Dillon then scored about 5 minutes later, 2:38 to play in the half. Another Avery McCall long pass, a bomb to Arion Hayes for the second time in the quarter. 34 yards this time for a 28-7 lead, and Avery McCall finished out the scoring in the first half by keeping it himself with 45 seconds to play in the second quarter and took it in on a scramble. He weaved in and out of the defenders for a 35-7 lead, and that's where we are at the break. Thank you so much there, Robbie. Robbie Biscoff, one of our producers, coming up and helping me out with some stats, and thank you, sir. And the individual stats for you, or helping me out with my monitor, Robbie was, and my individual stats, courtesy of Ian Guerin from the Sun News. Avery McCall, 7 rushes for 89 yards from his quarterback spot. He also completed 18 of 22 pass attempts, and 2 of those were just flat-out drops as the receivers tried to take off with the pass before they secured it. 226 yards passing in the first half to go with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions by Avery McCall. His go-to guy, the leading receiver, was Arion Hayes. He has had 8 catches for 115 yards in the first half. For the Loris Lions, Tajay Williams, quarterback, he carried 7 times. That's the most of any backfield mate. He ran 7 times for 14 yards, and he threw 9 passes, completed 4 for just 23 yards. And his top receiver, actually the top running back, was Stacy Dozier. He carried 4 times for 18 yards in the first half. As we take a look at your halftime HTC scoreboard, we'll have a full rundown of all the games on the Carolina Live from WPDE TV 15 scoreboard. We appreciate their cooperation and help in bringing us the scores, as well as Ian Guerin and the Sun News. He's helping me out with some as well. But here we go with a full rundown. 35-7 here, Dillon on top. South Florence leading Conway in the second quarter, 17-0. Myrtle Beach has moved back in front of Georgetown, 21-19 in the second quarter. Hartsville leads Lakewood, 21-7. Second quarter, no score at Socastee High School between the Braves and the West Florence Knights. Sumter has scored again to lead Carolina Forest in the second quarter, 35-13. North Myrtle Beach has moved in front of St. James with 13 unanswered into the half, 13-7. Chiefs on top of the Sharks. Darlington leads Marlboro County 14-7 in the second quarter. Mullins over, Ainer is leading Mullins now in the second quarter, 30-21. Lake City, a 1-point lead on Wilson in the second quarter, 14-13. Several games we do not have a score at all for. Timmonsville C.E. Murray, Creek Bridge, Green Sea Floyds, and Timberland Andrews, no scores there. But at halftime, Waccamaw leads Marion 14-13. Lakeview is on top of Hemingway in the first quarter, so an early score there, 8-0. Second quarter score, Lamar over Great Falls, 28-6. Latta leads Carvers Bay. There's a surprise in the second quarter, 7-0. No score from Johnsonville and Lee Central. Same for Lake Marion and Kingstree. Cheraw over North Central, 21-0 in the second quarter. No score at East Clarendon between the Wolverines and Scotts Branch. Skeeza score. Dillon Christian has scored, but Florence Christian still leads Dillon 21-12. And North Carolina scores for you. Richmond County is bombing Lumberton 49-21 as they head to the half. Scotland County doing the same to Hoke County, 21-0 at halftime. And Pinecrest is shutting out Purnell Sweat from Pembroke, 21-0. There you go. Full rundown of all the scores in the area. And we'll come back in just a moment, tell you more about what's going on here at Loris as the Marching Lions are entertaining the faithful here at Henneford Field, historic Henneford Field, the Lions Den in Loris, South Carolina. And we'll let you, as we go to the break, hear a little of the Marching Lions performance tonight.
My grandson's turning 5, but I haven't planned a party in years, so I'm using the HTC Yellow Pages. I suggest a magician. He insists on a dinosaur. I imagine cake. He wants an ice cream truck. I'm thinking games. He says bounce house. While I can't pull off a real dinosaur, I found great options in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Clayleen Gore at 444-0851 to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
21 years ago, I started this business out of the back of an old Chevy van. It's been a lot of long days, late nights, good times and bad, but through it all, what keeps me going has been the people we're helping. From burst water pipes to a grease fire, the truth is the best part of my job is helping folks put their lives back together after tragedy strikes. Neighbors helping neighbors, to me, that's really what FSA is all about.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go Mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Follies Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
Back at Henneford Field in Loris as the Lions trail the #1 ranked team in the state 35-7. And Ian Guerin of the Sun News joins us now at halftime. And what you expected here, or a little surprised that the Loris defense has given up 5 touchdowns in the first half?
You know, they came out in that second or third drive where, you know, Dillon had already scored a touchdown or two, and they you know, they were flying around, and they were making tackles, and they just didn't allow Dillon to you know, just steamroll them. And I thought that was going to be more, of what I was going to see tonight. I think I predicted a 17-14 Dillon win. Obviously, that was, blown out of the water 6 minutes into this one. But, I expected Loris to keep things going, and I think what it boils down to is Dillon's got more receivers than any team that Loris has seen. Arion Hayes is he's a good one.
He's really good.
I mean, he's taken a couple short passes and just done what he's wanted with
see,
it.
I think it's more on the Dillon offense than it is on the Loris defense in the first half.
Yeah, I don't think that Loris is necessarily playing poorly. Look, I mean, North Myrtle Beach found out earlier this year. Everybody else who's played Dillon's found out this year, and 4 of the last 6, and 10 of the last, 10, basically the last decade or so since Dillon has really turned into a powerhouse. I mean, people just see they have athletes that other schools don't have. I mean, Loris doesn't need to feel bad about this. They beat him 44-0 last year.
You think the offense, though, the way it stubbed its toe right out of the gate on that first series may have hurt their confidence a little bit?
I don't know. The Loris offense hasn't been blowing people away all year. I've said repeatedly on multiple shows and in the paper and everything else that their offense has struggled. I mean, they put up some points last week against Mullins, but for the most part, that's not what we've been seeing. It's been defense heavy and all year long. So, I didn't expect them to come out here and put up more than probably 15, 20 points max.
Yeah, and that's what I was hoping, that Loris would be able to, maybe score an early touchdown and then the defense get a couple of stops and it be, like you said, maybe a 17-14 game right now. And instead, they allowed them to score, right at the end in the last 2 minutes to put 35 up in the first half. But I think, I said it during the break or during the first half. I think you heard me say that I don't think Jamie Snyder is going to have to say a whole lot to this defense. I think they're pretty well embarrassed the way they, not the way they played, but giving up 35 points to a great team. And it really, 1 versus 2, it might be 1 versus everybody else in 2A football.
Well, yeah, and that's, I mean, you're getting a little preview of the lead of my story tomorrow. That's what Jamie Snyder has been saying for years, is everybody wants to talk about how Loris is competing with Dillon and everything, but when it boils down to it, there's Dillon and then there's everybody else, and Timberland and Loris might be a close second, but it really doesn't matter how close they are because Dillon is Dillon, and they could be competing with probably 3/4 of the 3A programs without a problem at all.
And they don't call them the University of Dillon for nothing, right?
Exactly.
All right, Ian, thank you for your visit with us. It's time for the second half as we get underway here, and Loris is going to have to kick it to Dillon as Loris had the football to begin the ball game, and Brian Ayala is going to put toe to leather, and they onside kick, and they had a shot at it. They had a shot at it, but the ball bounced away from the first receiver, and the second receiver was able to cover it up before Loris could get there. So the onside kick to start the second half probably didn't surprise Dillon, down by 28 points, but they get great field position to start the second half at the 47-yard line on their half of the field. So Dillon up 35-7, sends a man in motion. They're going to swing that wheel route to him. It was more of a lateral to Chapman, but Chapman makes the catch and turns the corner on the left. Up the sideline at the top of your screen. There's Chapman. Good look at him. And you see our new graphics. The HTC Game of the Week. We have a brand new production truck tonight. Loris gets the first shot at it. They just got back on Wednesday from Pennsylvania with our brand new fully equipped production truck. And Donald Smith, our Lucky Dog Television Productions director and producer, is like a proud father with that thing. And the graphics look good. We'll try a little. We're going to have replay and games possibly in the future. And of course, we'll be doing the North-South All-Star Game coming up in December at Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium again on a statewide television network and on htcconnect.com. Big penalty against Dillon here moves the football all the way back to the Wildcats' 39-yard line. Awesome. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Second down, and we'll call it 18. Here comes the rush, and they almost get to McCall, and boy, slippery as he is, he slides away from it, and he had Arion Hayes open on the right sideline and threw it behind him. Make that the left sideline, but he still threw it behind him. And an incomplete pass is going to bring up 3rd down and 18. So 11 minutes exactly, 1 minute gone here in the 3rd quarter, and a 3rd down. This will be a possession down, I would imagine. Doubt they'd go for it on their half of the field. 1 back shotgun. They fake, play action pass out into the left boundary. And a pickup of about 6, maybe 7. So it'll be 4th down and 11. Dillon doesn't seem to be running on the punt team, but we have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this indication is. Hold on the Wildcats. I might decline that penalty and bring up 4th down, but they're going to back them up even more. Now Adrian Grady saying he wanted to decline it. It's going to be 4th down. He wants to decline the penalty. Yeah. The officials were assuming they wanted to take it, and I agree with Adrian and Jamie Schneider. Decline that penalty, bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th. We'll call it 12. And Dillon will punt. I think this is their first punt tonight. Second punt. Thank you, Ian. You're right. They did punt once in the first half, and another kickback as it hits the ground. And again, I just don't like to let those punts hit the ground, but when you're surrounded by nasty cats, I don't blame them. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Loris on their first possession of the half, and now the defense did stand strong on that first Dillon possession of the second half, and in a minute and a half they get it back. Down 35-7. Tajay Williams with Stacy Dozier in the backfield. We haven't seen Levi Moody at all in that backfield for Loris, and he sends Hemingway in motion to the left, and a penalty before the play is snapped. False start against Loris. I said it in the first half. Penalties and turnovers. Loris cannot do that. I mean, you can't even have 2 penalties and 1 turnover against a team as powerful as Dillon. Penalty on the first possession of the second half makes it 1st and 15. Spin, fire to Desmond Dozier. Dozier slides into the seam. Picks up the lost yardage and about 5 more. So it's going to be 2nd down and let's call it 4. 2nd and 4. Again, Hemingway in motion. They're looking for him. They run the pick play to Junior Long. Hemingway occupies a inside defender. Junior Long makes the catch, but he's going to be short of the 1st down marker by a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Almost imperative they pick up the 1st down here. Cannot give the ball back that much, and Dillon jumped offside, but they didn't call it. He jumped into the neutral zone, but Official kept the flag in his pocket. That's what they wanted. And then Stacy Dozier is hit in the backfield and dropped for a 1-yard loss. It's going to be 4th and 2. They wanted that offside penalty against Dillon, so you don't want to give the ball back to the Wildcats so quickly, and they did. 3 and out. Have to get those first downs. And Arion Hayes goes back to receive the punt. And Markwell Bellamy kicks a knuckleball. Hayes was going to catch it and pulled his hand back at the last minute. And it took a Dillon make that a Loris roll for about 6 or 8 more yards. Close to the 20. It's going to be Dillon 1st and 10 at their own 21. Single back shotgun. They give this time up the middle to Johnny Allen. And Allen is stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Jordan Hemingway. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Pass along the left sideline. Appears to be caught. Thought he may have stepped out right as the catch was made, but Krishan Jordan pulls it in and gives the Wildcats a first down. Three receivers right, one to the left. Give up the middle to Johnny Allen. Allen off tackle left, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Clock rolls here in the second half. Third quarter. 7 minutes. 30 seconds. And again, Allen up the middle. Now, Jackie Hayes has changed his modus operandi here in the second half. And I said this was an unconventional Jackie Hayes offense. Normally, he is a ground and pound type coach, but he's got a weapon as talented as Avery McCall. He's going to try to use that to his advantage with all the wide receivers, and now he's going to try to run some clock when he's up by 4 touchdowns, and the scoreboard clock is in his favor. South Florence now leads Conway 20-0. Myrtle Beach has gone in front of Georgetown 27-19, and their little extracurriculars on the blocking downfield. Nice job by Hayden Goodman to stay on the block. Still no score between Socastee and West Florence in the third quarter. Sumter over Carolina Forest 35-13. And they pointed timeout Dillon, but no timeout. Ian Guerin updates me on Socastee, 7-0 over West Florence right now. And here's the quarterback keeper, play action. Now he's going to roll out and gets cut down. Nice job by Markwell Bellamy. That was a read option. And a 10-yard pickup into Loris territory at the 45. Makes it 1st and 10. Markwell Bellamy, sweet open field tackle. Midway through the third quarter now, 6 minutes exactly. Plenty of time to throw, looking deep. Got a man, but too tall, too long. Intended for Deshaun Davis. first better than 20-yard pass attempt that was incomplete. They don't go long often, but when they do, more times than not, Arion Hayes is the target, and he draws it in, but that time Deshaun Davis was unable to. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, make that 2 right, and he throws out. He tried to bulldog tackle Davis, and Davis slid out of it. May have gotten the first down. Deshaun Davis, a 5'8", 196-pound junior. There's Jackie Hayes. Not only is Jackie a highly successful head coach, it's 3rd and 1. He is the school's athletic director, and he's the Dillon County House of Representatives representative. I guess that's the way you say it. House representative. That would probably work better. Jackie's been in the legislature for a few years, and that quarterback keeper, little sneak, was short. They're going to bring out the chains to see if, in fact, he did get it. But if you're familiar with high school football on the long term, you know that Jackie Hayes, and it wasn't enough for the first down. He needed a yard and got that in the nose of the football. That's it. But Jackie Hayes and Chuck Jordan here in Horry County are probably the 2 most successful coaches in the state of South Carolina until a couple of years ago that did not have state championships. Jackie finally broke through the threshold, and I believe if given the right amount of time, Chuck could do the same at Conway. And a little push and shove on the far sideline, but Johnny Allen won't have any of it. He doesn't get involved. Smart play by Allen, just walk away. He picked up 10, so it was enough for the first down. They move the chains, 1st and 10 at the 25. Empty backfield for Avery McCall. McCall fires, short pass, caught, and another sling down of the receiver. That's C.J. Souls. Jackie Hayes was the House representative for Dillon County, the athletic director, football coach, and just community leader for the longest time. And he caught a little grief for not winning the state championship, and then finally he did. Now he's won 4 of the last 6. And we got a face mask against Loris that's going to push it all the way down to around the 5-yard line. Half the distance of the goal. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 7. Ball on the 7-yard line with receivers, 3 of them to the right and 2 to the left. Ball right in the middle of the field. McCall looks to the left, and it's batted down by Junior Long. Another pass attempt to the slot receiver, Johnny Allen. And Junior Long did a nice job getting a big mid in there. Inside 5 minutes to play in the 3rd, but Dillon is... There's a replay. Watch Junior get the hand in there and threw the timing off. And a penalty goes down as the run is right up the middle. Nice job on that replay, guys. And we got a hold against the Wildcats. That's going to back them up. Now the Wildcats are shooting themselves in the foot as they bid for the first score of the second half. That hold was costly. So it's going to be 2nd and goal back at the 18-yard line. Empty set for McCall. He looks left. Runs that way. Almost sacked. Slides out of a tackle, but can't get away from the second man. And that was Hayden Goodman. Goodman got in, and Hayden drops McCall for another 5-yard loss. So third down goal from the 24. They got to get it in the house. No chance to pick up a first down. You got to go for it all, and they do. They've got a man. Touchdown, Dillon. That was a perfect strike to Randall Davis from Avery McCall, and it wasn't bad coverage. Both Mac McLeod and Hakeem Jackson were right there with him. But a perfect throw by Avery McCall for the touchdown. Randall Davis draws the first blood here in the second half. A little over 8 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Extra point is perfect. All right, let's take a look at it again. Watch how tight this spiral is. And right on the numbers. Perfect throw. Could not have laid it in there any softer. Good job, guys. That's the third touchdown pass by Avery tonight. He's accounted for all but 6 of the points. Well, don't count the extra points, but he has 5 of the 6 touchdowns scored by Dillon, either from the arm of Avery McCall or from his legs. He runs in 2 and throws 3. And here's the kickoff. This one is going to go to the far side of the field this time. It's going to be returned by Hakeem Jackson, and Jackson changes directions and loses yardage on the play. So another tough break. Again, Jackson, so he hurt himself right here. He runs into his own man, and then when he changes directions, you see a passel of nasty cats in pursuit. (42-7). Loris deep in their own territory. Inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Double back shotgun. And they hand off to Geraldrick Williams. Williams gets a block. Nice blocking downfield by Hemingway. Opened up a tiny lane for Geraldrick Williams, and he carries for about 13 yards out to the 27. Full house backfield now. One receiver either way. And it's a read option. And boy, did Tajay Williams take a massive hit. It was Jermaine McDaniel who lowered the boom on Tajay Williams. And Deshaun Davis also in on that tackle. Tajay has had some vicious hits. He has to straighten his shoulder pads on that one. And got nice coverage, good throw, but off the fingertips of Junior Long. skips off his hands. And Loris's offense just has not gotten out of first gear tonight. Has something to do with that nasty cat defense, too, of Jackie Hayes's, I'm sure. But Loris has had opportunities, just haven't converted. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. 42-7. Dillon likely to pull off the throttle a little bit. Now go back to that running game if they get the ball back. Loris needs a first down, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and threw it behind Hemingway. Demetrius Hemingway was open, and the Dillon faithful are enjoying it. As they brought their band, and they filled the stands on the far side of the field. 2 minutes exactly, and another punt from Marquel Bellamy. Bellamy with that rugby-style punt. They came after it this time, and it's a short one. Kind of wobbles its way to the midfield stripe and just into Dillon territory. So Dillon business as usual. Loris can't get its offense on track. And again, that nose of the football right on the 50-yard line. It's happened about 4 times tonight. That's crazy. First and 10 on the midfield stripe. And now Avery McCall throws it, and it's behind the receiver. Fortunately for Dillon, it was where nobody was, because it was way behind the receiver, and McCall was under heavy duress. .90 seconds to play, third period. Dillon still throwing it around the pitch. I figured they would start going to that running game to let the clock help them. And staying in bounds on the catch was Krishan Jordan. 6'2", 255 junior. Make that 155 junior. Jordan got good size for a receiver. Easy to hit. Picked up about 7. So it's 3rd and 3. And 3 receivers are on the short side left. A 4th goes that way, and they throw it to the back out of the backfield. And a penalty comes in after the play is over. Jamison Chapman made the catch, but immediately stepped out of bounds. I think he got barely enough for the first. Let's wait and see what the penalty flag is about. Another check on the HTC scoreboard in a moment. A late hit. I'm assuming the personal foul out of bounds on Loris. And that is, I told you, penalties and turnovers. Coaches will preach that over and over again. Can't win with penalties and turnovers, especially ones that push the football deep into your territory. 1st and 10 at the 24. Design draw by the quarterback, Avery McCall. Picks up about 7 or 8. Geraldrick Williams and Stacy Dozier on the tackle. We're going to say a 6-yard pickup, and that might be the final play. If Dillon elects to run another play, they will. It's going to be 2nd and 4, and it's going to go right up the middle to Jamison Chapman. Chapman, a 5'9", 174 junior. Carries just short of the first down marker across the 15. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. And that's going to be the final play of the third period. We'll go to the final 12 minutes with Dillon up 42-7. And come back and join us for the fourth quarter on the HTC High School Game of the Week.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
Back for the final 12 minutes from historic Henneford Field in Loris, South Carolina. The homestanding Lions, ranked number 2 in the state, trailing the defending state champions and number 1 ranked team in the state, 42-7 now, and it's 3rd down and 1 at the 15-yard line. Another quarterback draw, more than enough, and it was snapped directly to Deshaun Davis. Davis was in there as the Wildcat quarterback, and he's going to stay in there at the Wildcat quarterback. Deshaun Davis with an up back offset to the left. He's going to do that again, right up the gut. Inside the 5, the pile is pushed. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal, I believe, or is it 2nd and goal? A lot of time to unfoil that scrum over the football. It's 2nd down and goal from the 4. Another Wildcat run by Davis. He's held short of the line, so it'll be 3rd and goal. They put in the heavy jumbo offensive line, but I think they're going to go back with their conventional offensive set with Avery McCall in the ballgame. They will. McCall comes back in, and he's joined by Johnny Allen. Actually, that's Jamison Chapman. Chapman is offset to the left behind him. Out of the pistol, they give it to Chapman. Chapman right at the goal line. Touchdown, Dillon. 2-yard touchdown run by Jamison Chapman. Makes it 48-7 now, pending the PAT. And Dillon's piling it on. 10:18 to play. I would imagine that Jackie will call the dogs off now and just steady run it the rest of the way. As Jackie is all about fair play. And the extra point has been perfect every time by Drew Covington. And Chapman gets in on the act. Actually, that's his 2nd touchdown tonight. So 2 by McCall, 2 by Arion Hayes, 2 by Chapman, and 1 by Randall Davis. 49-7. Last year was 44-0. So pretty much same time, different year. But that's Dillon football for you, and it's not going to change for a while. You look at this offense, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 starters on offense are underclassmen. They'll be back next year. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 starters on defense will be back next year for Dillon. So just keep the bus cranked. And here's Desmond Dozier Big return. Ran about 40 yards east and west and about 50 yards north and south. Kyle Belak, 4 touchdown receptions on the night, and Myrtle Beach now is pulling away from Georgetown 41-19. Here's the replay of Dozier. Watch, he goes from one sideline to the other. Left, 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 or right. I guess he's going right. And finally just runs out of gas. But a big return into Wildcat territory. They send Desmond in motion, and they give him the football, and now he goes directly east and west. That one was left, 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 and not anything up the field, so we're going to say no gain, 2nd down 10. Nose of the football right on the 45-yard line. Inside, 9.5 to go. Desmond Dozier splits one way. Stacy Dozier in the backfield with Tajay Williams. Tajay throws the slip screen to Junior Long. Long had a lane and fell down. If he could have stayed on his feet, that would have been a huge gainer, but I think he caught a cramp. He did. He caught a cramp right when he made the catch, and he stays down. That stinks for Loris because that would have been a big gainer. He caught a cramp. He was going down to the ground as he made the catch, but he could not stay on his feet, as you see right here. Just as he makes the move, he catches the cramp right here, and he goes down because he had a lane to the right, and you see he keeps his feet straight up. The cramp came on him right when he was trying to turn it up the field. Love the replay system and our new fully operational and fully stocked production truck. Lucky Dog Television Productions goes out big time and invests in a fully stocked production truck and new graphics, replay, the whole 9 yards, and it's all stocked in inside the comfy confines of the Lucky Dog Television Productions van. Pistol formation for Williams now with Dozier behind him. He's going to go for it all, and he's got a man open. It was Marquel Bellamy on his fingertips. He couldn't reel it in. He was trying for all the world to juggle it until he could get up underneath it and haul it down, but good throw, not quite good enough. And that'll bring Bellamy to the backfield and another punting situation for Loris. They just haven't gotten the offense out of first gear tonight. And here's a kind of a pooch punt that is going to be returned by Arion Hayes. Hayes juking and jiving, can't get away from. Bunch of blue shirts there. Loris, of course, in their royal blue tonight with white numerals and gold trim. The gray breeches, white helmets with the lions on the side. Arion here. Scoot right. Oh, back to left. Nope, right. Nope. Nope. Back to the left. Yep. Okay, that's it. Good pursuit by the Lions. Not allow that elusive and talented wide receiver return man to get out. And now we've got our backup quarterback in the ball game, and he hands to Johnny Allen. That's Austin Moody, the backup quarterback. List him at 6'3", 180. Well, yeah, I guess he's got a little height to him. 6'3", 188. He, too, is a junior. So Avery McCall is going to see most of the snaps as the junior quarterback. Everybody's hot recruit. But Austin Moody relishes the opportunity to, when his team's up big like this, to get in the ball game. Jackie Hayes told me yesterday, and it's funny. I'll tell a little story since we have time. And Moody's going to take off with it himself, and he goes down. Boy, doesn't look good when your knee is planted hard in the ground like that. He'll feel that tomorrow. But McCall's final numbers, 299 yards passing, 105 yards rushing, and accounts for 6 touchdowns. I'd say that's a full day at the office. But Jackie sent me a roster on Wednesday, and he had numbers, two number 2s, 2 number 3s, 2 number 4s, 2 number 5s, and so on. And I'm going, Jackie, which one is it? I can't, just play tic-tac-toe and try to figure out which one is which. And he says, no, it's the first one, but we have so many players. And if you look at that sideline, you can tell there are a bunch of them over there. That has so many players that they have to use double numbers. And he said, but they won't get in the ball game, I don't think. I hope they won't get in the ball game, or I hope they will get in. I think is what he said. I hope they will get in the ball game if we're up big at the end. And sure enough, they've gone with a backup quarterback, and I think that Loris is going to do the same after this punt, as they've got their backup throwing passes on the sideline. Clay Faircloth is the backup for Loris, and he was just warming up a moment ago, and kick rolls dead around the 35. So 1st and 10 for Loris right there, with 5.5 to go, just under 5.5. And Faircloth, the 6-foot, 170-pound sophomore, will direct the offense for Loris now. Miles Waddell is in at a receiver, along with Hemingway. He's split out to the right. Twin receivers to the left. Faircloth with an empty backfield. Throws a ruptured duck, but it's caught by Hemingway. Jamie Snyder, his offensive coaches, signaling in the plays to Faircloth, the backup quarterback. Well in hand now with less than 5 to go, 49-7. And we'll get a full report on the HTC scoreboard in just a moment. Lots of backups in on defense for Dillon as well. Single back shotgun. Another wobbly pass, and it's going to be picked off. Intercepted by Michael Salmon. So Faircloth completes a pass and throws an interception on his first couple of attempts. And that may be some of his first attempts of the season. Haven't been at all of their games, but this is his first action we've seen him in this year. South Florence into the third leads Conway 20-0, and Dillon is going with their backup again. Moody, Austin Moody. Moody is also a wide receiver. He will play sometimes at wideout and on defense, but this is his first activity at directing the offense. Myrtle Beach, 34-19 now over Georgetown. Hartsville running away from Lakewood, 34-7. Socastee up on West Florence, that is, 14-7. Sumter over Carolina Forest, 49-19. So as bad as Carolina Forest was beating South Florence last week, Sumter's turning the tables on them tonight, but maybe Carolina Forest can do what South Florence did to them last week. Not likely. St. James and North Myrtle Beach, I told you that was going to be a good game. 13-13 at the end of 3. Darlington, Marlboro County, 14-14. 21-19. I picked St. James to win too. I said St. James impressed me last week against Myrtle Beach. I'm telling you. Robbie Brown's doing a really good job down there. And North Myrtle Beach, bless their heart, they found every way to lose at the end of the game. Thank you for all your help tonight, Ian. Appreciate it. He's going to go down and get some quotes from the coaches. And here you see Austin Moody pulled down in the backfield by Desmond Dozier. Got some help from Timothy Bell. And more scores for you. Back to, there you see Moody with that read option. That's what you do. You put it in the belly of the fullback and then see if the dive is going to work or decide to run it yourself. He pulled it back and tucked it. Now Marlboro County has jumped on top of Darlington, 22-14. It was 14-14 just a moment ago. Aner is bombing Mullins now, 44-27. Lake City leads Wilson 21-13. Creek Bridge over Greensea Floyd's 22-0. I thought Greensea might get their first win tonight, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. 22-0 at the end of 3. Waccamaw and Marion 14-13 in the third as the Cats are called for another penalty. Lamar beat up on Great Falls 42-6. Lakeview leads Hemingway 8-0. Oh my goodness. Johnsonville has put up a half a hundy on Lee Central, 50-20. Lake Marion over Kingstree, 15-0. It's Sherraw as the punt is a good one. Turns over, takes a big Dillon bounce, and then changes course. Sherraw over North Central, 42-12. And keeping an eye on that St. James, North Myrtle Beach, and Socastee, West Florence games. Those are important outcomes to me. Myrtle Beach has scored again. It's 47-19 over Georgetown. Georgetown led that game 19-14. But it's been all Myrtle Beach since then. Here's the give. Around the end, penalty flag on the field. I believe. Nope, it's yellow shoes. I saw the yellow boots of Austin Moody instead of, I'm sorry, not Austin Moody. That is Trayvon Morgan. Little Trayvon Morgan, 5'8", 150 pounds, soaking wet, and some outlandish shoes. I like those yellow boots. And right up the middle, oh, big hit on that late give to Hakeem Jackson. And we're inside the final half minute. Dillon will hang on, most assuredly, to that #1 ranking. Loris will probably drop a spot or two, but not outside the top 10. Timberland will probably move into that #2 spot, depending on the outcome of their game tonight. And here's your final play of the game. Clay Faircloth takes the snap, and a busted play. Running back either went the wrong way or the quarterback turned the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Faircloth goes down in a heap, and the final score, the Dillon Wildcats 49, the Loris Lions 7. So 1 versus 2 didn't turn out the way we had hoped. Close game down at the end. This is our first blowout of the year on the HTC High School Game of the Week. But when you have Dillon University in this game, Jackie Hayes and Jamie Snyder share pleasantries at the midfield stripe. And congratulations to the Wildcats, 2-time defending state champions, well on their way to a three-peat, a 49-7 win tonight over the Loris Lions. We're back to wrap it up from Henneford Field on your HTC High School Football Game of the Week.
HTC high-speed internet is fast for my family. And that's good because with 4 of us online at one time, we can't afford to slow down. HTC is a plan that keeps our home connection up to speed. And faster speeds make it even easier to connect to family, friends, business, and entertainment on our tablets, laptops, and smartphones. And that's how HTC connects my home with the things that mean the most.
HTC Tech Connect. Affordable computer repair in the Conway office. Call 369-8990 today.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I practice primarily family law. In family law, it's really important not only to understand the background and the law behind the case, but also to listen to your client and to understand their goals, their expectations, so you can work together to come to a really great resolution of the case.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Dwayne Brown to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
Growing up in Myrtle Beach, I've seen a lot. I've seen the city grow and the tourist with it. I've seen fun days and I've seen sad days. But the best days I've seen are when our community comes together and helps a neighbor in need. At FSA, we're proud to serve our community. From fire damage to storm and water damage, we've built our business on being there when a neighbor needs us the most.
FSA, full steam ahead, fire and water restoration. We're here to help.
South Atlantic Bank is well known for its friendly, attentive service. But did you know that it has the technologically advanced products usually found only at much larger banks? That's right. From our Go mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank offers the products you want with a superior level of service that makes banking a pleasure. Visit us today at any of our 4 locations. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Only a couple of scores in the second half by the Dillon Wildcats. Unfortunately, no scores in the second half for the Loris Lions, and they fall 49-7 to the #1 ranked team in the state. And I know I've said that a number of times now, but can't go over the full scoreboard for you, but we do have a couple of interesting scores. South Florence leading Conway 34-0 on the HTC scoreboard. Myrtle Beach leading Georgetown in the third 47-19. And I was just listening to my Coastline Sports Media's radio broadcast of the Socastee West Florence game, and West Florence with 2.5 minutes just scored a touchdown, and pending the PAT, they'll tie it at 14 apiece with 2.5 minutes to play at Socastee. Sumter leading Carolina Forest 49-27, and North Myrtle Beach has taken the lead over St. James now 27-13. So that one might be in the books and win for Blair Hardin and North Myrtle Beach. But we'll take a look at all of that as we do on our radio show on Monday night on HTC, right here on HTC 4 Monday night, the Press Box, the PBR Press Box, and we thank all of our sponsors for that. But we thank our sponsors of tonight's broadcast. I want to thank our Lucky Dog Television Productions crew, our cameramen, Nick Townsend, Banana Jack Murphy, and Rafael Ramirez, and Rivera. I'm sorry. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. Rafael Rivera. And we want to thank Natalie Adams and Robbie Biscoff and our director down below, Donald Smith. And we want you to come back next week. We're at Socastee as the Braves will host the South Florence Bruins, and that could be for a region championship as well. But for my entire crew tonight, I'm Ellen Smothers saying your final score once again, the Dillon Wildcats 49, the Loris Lions 7. So long, everybody.